bedroom so election headquarters and ne yapa ho entuma yeguso ye ho dwumadie no enti wahuno obi ABY afei kwasi agema opambo and afei CJ won mu nyina aye krado wo obra na yedika akọ tamale akotie hono mo enkomo efise NDC MPP one to Franka nyina no efri esro ho enti yakọ voter region so yakọ ho ne yakọ akọhwe sede dynamics no so esitie ewo ho se yete ade awramo ewo nkran make say ABY ewo circle na fe abna poku anso akọkọpie mu ewo makola na mu amunim se akam brand ewo multimedia no ye de ne de ye wase ho no mo no asa wo mu a we bia wadwene na wo mu so wa abato no mu no saafo no ene ye no wo mu di nkomo adwadifo obia wo sefata bia nti ene ye pese eti obia asem ewo 2024 ya abato adi animu no kwan a wo fa so ato wo so a wo hweme no akwanya no aba se wo se ye bia ye phone lines no na ba bia wo hweme free sabre yi enkomo a ye die fiti ahomache no abepem sabre nia wo begina so de ato waba ede antikura na wo to aba wa hoboa no ene sei ede na wo hwe animu se akandifu edidi parties nanimu no de wo betumi aye enti wo gire no so ato aba no ede ama no ede na wo pese mpanimfo ye security for ede na won mo nye ye boaboa ye hu ede na wo mo nye electoral commission ede na wo pese wo mo ye Mr. Freme babia wo bia na wo so ye nye wo de ye wi a ye be cross over na yakọ ABY anasabna poku ho wona ye krado bia no ne no madi nkomo bididi afia amankwa tamaklo numbers no ye 0302 211 701 702 703 0302 211 701 702 703 704 babia wo bia wo temenka na wo hwamia freme na fe wo so kire wo kokromoti power enu ao se wo kokromoti mfa so wo so pa nti nya mistake no bi akote no ma kokromoti no wo ho na nyame ya Adom a 7 December ehọ ne de kwa akokire tumi no ato amo smasi anaso obenten de na wugina so ato aba no ama party A ana party B ana party C ana sade eno ho nkomo na ye die national so election headquarters ene ha munim ni ayetumi ya ye no mfie bebre yegusun so na mfie nan bia na ni ayeye ene sakraye na niema hodo ayeye fisi ye to oba ni wie a ye sa atena se niema nyina wie na afei ya sa hwehye yanim de da yanim ti ma menkwa howa no so na ye bo abeka ye nsa na no pa wote ye nka a ye mo ache
mejo so mi ni aba
na free mi free hia no pa yi
me free ejura
mpacho se he
ejura
ojura mo ejura seche dumase
yeah
wow nyame ya Adom a se de etie bia na rade de mbehye 7 December mu wunyina so ne say de na wugina so ato aba
mi nyina so ne mpuntudwuma aban no mienu ye hwe ye de toto ho ne hwe de oyeye na de ha me kakra ne mon crofo na wo Accra circle ho Dubai Ghana Dubai ho no
okay
unim se ho efe pa but omo ko tamale no obi kasa no kire mu se sa interchange nanado ena ye ma yen but Dubai ho no ba bia mo wona ho fefe no minti so bia kan de oye ya ho ye efe eno nkwa ne ade a ha me
ya te na ye boa ye da se papa ya da se pa ntino emese na yenye yi se we na hono focus no basa waka obi anim se kane mampani John Dramani Mahama na oye ho nti wakan wo mutie ombebo no sonso ya da se mame nko foforo wo so lawyer wo ahoma no so lawyer no peye mu achen
ni aba me joso na mfum boko de
Yankopon Adom mate nkan de ye ho ye papa na free he be me na
me no ye me o kan tamantu
okay eni obehu abna poku awo importamu ho ba bi nti hwehwane ma ye de na wugina so ato aba
ene me no na no fa de yi a odi atudwa de nyame ni mfrini no atese multimedia mo ye different mo ye sonko kra
that's it
because mama ye hu se e wo se ye hu je nti a ye koto aba na me je nti a meto aba no ye di kan no e no be trese me ye Ghana ni so no no church me Ghana ni me oman bapa me tin oman ne ho na fe nso me san so din say aban ho abako na me ya ban a ote so na me pese osan akoso eye adwuma because anya ye kra no me o fear say me ma ewu so ho man to aba na saban fufuro ba no be yi pi we be amade
me da say
me ndi na be ma meto aba
mo nyame shao me da se papa mama fancy here but am say me one divorce mama fan di na fe me crossover okay nti andi facha me mesa ba back na fe matie o papa facha me nemo mama cross na me nko pato ho na ya krado abna poku ana se ebiwa abna poku ya krado e wo kantamanto ana makola yenti di abna ne Ghana foi eka
Now, Adom, your election headquarters, the grand launcher, Akoso, Ewo, Obra Sport here in Accra, cycle specifically na Ewo, Eddie Jumedi, Bremo, Yedin Komo Bebrina, Efriano Panebesi Samri, Enche, ye political party reps, I tune Safre Wono, Bobeti Wunina, Enka. One of the things I beyan so and say, yeah, the Mobeko Accra Central UTC, my colleagues me no ewo Abna Ahene and Aisha Ibrahim ewo the Akoso Honsono, Yabeshani Timi Eddie Abremo, Chief Jerry Forsen ewa sound so and in guest. Representing political parties in Swaba Cancer ewa Elienche Yebeden Wonedi Atre, Ebi Free, the Liberal Party of Ghana, Ebi Free. The Movement for Change, the New Patriotic Party, the National Democratic Congress. Umuna waha enche yebeda edi atsewon. CJ, ma min Simon wakwa babio.
Mejoso.
Fantastic.
Mejoso.
So far, I think it's been so very.
Yes, so far it's been wonderful. Now, yankai etifo na hwefo so say ene butai baako a esi eni so ene say yeba beda dwumadi ahodo a afemu ni nyina no ye de beso mo by way of our election coverage, extensive election coverage. Enti say na panedi ka boss no the various political campaigns e be so and afi details of programs that near there ye de bebre wo no enche bia ye bekum na afi ne de bebre mo TV so radio so online social media ni nyina no ye de abesum etifo na afi ahwefo and of course omo hwen social media Facebook and say YouTube and other social media channels and so you beje bre na I can kind some of omo comments omo dey about already akọ Volta region akọhwe akọtie ne omanfo ewo eka and afi so yakọ northern region so enche dey be Greater Accra na afi abna puku ahwene so de ne ekoso hono no dey aban it's so far it's been wonderful.
It's been good. Enti say the CJ kan enche de mbekọ Accra Central eho and abna ahwene and Aisha Ibrahim from Joy News Akabum and your man for aiding komo ewo ho it is omaya krado a yenko Accra Central na yenhwe de ekoso ewo ho
business district. You will know that the traders here are not just your ordinary traders. They are people who control multi-million cities shops, multi-million dollar shop in the central business district. So they tell me that is the kind of mindset because they normally take critical decisions for their businesses. That is the mindset that they will be going into the 2024 elections with. They say that they will vote based on issues. They will not be influenced by party colorations. They will not be influenced by politicians who sweet talk them and act less. They say they will not be influenced by the rice, the sugar, and the peanuts that the politicians normally hand over to them when it's getting to election. So I have a number of them here. We'll be having a conversation with them. But also, if you are a regular patron of the Central Business District, you would realize that there is a host of banks. There are a host of banks here. There are, in fact, the Bank of Ghana has its headquarters in the Central Business District of Accra. All of these setups, offices that are in the Central Business District are not here just for being here sake. They are here for a reason, obviously, because of the kind of business that goes on here. So I have former workers who also have their offices here at the Central Business District. They've also joined us. We'll be having a conversation. And just as my colleague Abena said, we're doing this together. Let me start with you. What's your name, sir?
My name is Theophilus Amwa.
Theophilus, what would inform your decision or what would influence your decision to vote in the December elections?
Okay, so thank you very much. For me, growing up as a youth in Ghana, so far the successive government and then the former government haven't met my expectations yet. Honestly, when you take issues of sanitation, that's my background. Let me start from there. When you take issues of sanitation, you come to the central of Ghana, which is Accra. As at 9 a.m., you see traffic, thinking that maybe there's a truck which is being causing the traffic. But you realize that you go and then there are huge sums of waste left. It can be 2 days, 3 days, and then this waste is causing traffic. Meanwhile, the government has contracted people, institutions to be dealing with sanitations in Accra. And then they neglect it. The government too, or the various stakeholders who are responsible to be checking all those things do not give an ear to it. So you see that we have sanitation issue. When you take the Odona and then also other areas in Accra, you realize that we have issues almost every now and then. We have issues of malaria, cholera, and other diseases which are killing the ordinary Ghanaian because we don't have money to go to the better health facilities. So therefore, we leave our sanitation abysmal, just like that. That is one. And then also when it comes to the unemployment rate, which is very high in the country, we say that the youth, the politicians have made it in a way that our mothers and then our uncles and then our fathers think that we the youth, we are very lazy, and then also we want quick way to make money. Let me take for example this fraud and then scamming that the youth, most of the youth are now doing. If you think about if you have have in an encounter with one or two of them, you realize that it is not just about sitting down, going to a malam to get something to do one or two things. Even some of them do not go to these malams. They sit back, they sit behind their computers, do in-depth reasoning. In there, sometimes they have to do hacking and all those things. Even convincing somebody to send you money is not an easy task, which is an intellectual property that I think that if the youth is given an opportunity to work so hard, they will do and then do best. But there are no opportunities. You go to our various universities, and then most of them now it's like the school is for fun. So you go to school, we do all sort of things, you complete, and then there's nothing for you to do. You are just left like that. Meanwhile, you've learned so much in you. There's so much in you that has to come out. But you need one or two things. You need a leader who would give you that opportunity to exhibit your intellectual property. But you realize that most of our leaders, they are not so much concerned about the next generation. They are concerned about now and then themselves. And then also, what Ghanaians do we expect? Ghanaians do not expect so much. When you take the Abraham Maslow story, for example, we need basic needs, good health, shelter, food, transportation, telecom. That is what we need. So why don't our leaders provide these basic needs for Ghanaians to ease things? But what do? They do not, they just leave us like that. Then you just have to find your way as a young person in Ghana to be what? To be successful. So for me, I think that there is more to just this election. All of us should be inclusive, from the youth to the elderly. We should be inclusive and then work so hard to make the so that the effort of our great grandfathers wouldn't be in vain. Because look, even as I'm here, I won't even travel. Why should I travel?
Of course. So definitely those are the issues that will inform your vote come December. Let me pick your thoughts. What's your name?
Joseph Oforward.
Joseph, what will influence your vote come December? Okay,
greetings to your viewers. I'm expecting the government to do more infrastructure on the education system, because there are so much complaints about the education. And also, I'll talk about job. They should also create jobs for the youth so that the unemployed should be less. Thank you.
So you heard there, Joseph. He says that he wants more educational infrastructure. Definitely, there are a lot more people who think that there's a lot that needs to be done, before they will be convinced to vote for any party that puts itself for elections. We are still here at the Central Business District. My colleague Abena is standing by, who will also be interacting with a few of them. What are the aspirations of the people? What are their desires? What are their expectations? Abena, let's hear from your side.
Yes, I have a crum see about the year Jumania Pescadia Quacoshomo Fian and Swa. Among some of the others say, Ye Bacroma, Yan Tardia. Yabetina and Yamausa, Nia, that the Abaca Crebe, the Faka could do fear. Not as I did, the Babachin, and I was yes, I do know, and the economy so on Mampeni as letter or Monchamaye. And I feel so, yeah, dollar and semi. Sicano was from my Yabes. Omoba hwe no maiden o mama dollar na ba fam se na be ya niema ebeba krom ne obia etumi atobi na yetumi atena fefefe se amanyo fo ewo Ghana
enti sa niema ne sesa no be ma otumi asigina ye sa obeto
eno de be ma masigina ye pa me de kokro moti be tim amani pa obeba so
me da se me nua be ma ba ko ha me ne no emo nkobo na me wi ma ba oba nche be me na be me na ye mo aten
yeah nua
afi we ya bato afedie na wo hye ni mo de na be kire se weni we ya me hu yenti no meto aba
o afi de me ma yusanka bato de me nto aba be se ma to NDC ato MPP omi no mo ye pe adwuma ni o ma mu uwe skuko onya adwuma ye me ma chiri ba me last born the last one we SS be 3 years ni o pe ami mu akọ yesi entua 15,000 asana ya je no adentia o ko am be serve o man no ye chini blind in send price it means 15,000 man no ko am ni bad etuma be do so be ye on so be jin for bribe uko soldier bribe uko police bribe uko fire service bribe o man na say intama ye hu fa so bi e wo abato mu abaya afenya fi na sa bribe ne ba yo and this time MPP na ba to ato menya mo abu film tema ma yisa ba de me to aba biem so mo na mo ye pe o ma be ye promises be bi no mo ba o ma feel ye
na sa 15,000 a wokan hwan na so o Jesus sika no
oh ye le so ye of our forms fail ye ni ye hu panyi bi o area ho o se o protocol na sika o mo ginie minimum ko fo ma tua 18,000 o man ko immigration man ko minimum ko fo minimum 18,000 each o no be sika na kem I didn't say o tro mam yes ah so ko ma foforo ma to go to military no we free air force po that ain't no yet so mam na e ko sampai fo no de ye go so no minimum so ma iso mu ni grab ni boss so ma mu dodo grab ni boss e no tem se mi to aba no so mu no mo ye pe
mate mama na say na ye to aso ye beba mama ye beba bra na ye monitor o bra hu so wo kasa bebre aisa ye beba ho o ha ne say e de asem
me ha wona say me pa ma cho bebre me mpanimfo amudi anim se say ye wo kire ne de na mo pese mo ka kire ye yenti ne ma bi ase one yankwa ne etua task o man yi mu enipa ye tua task dos o man yi mu pa ana bola so wo kurom ede na mo de betesa bola ye task na mo de betesa bola maye amako ni maye neat enkra krom bola wa ha too much one alimi omo moto alimi omo ntia task ni jefo ya be omo so anya manyina omo ntia task eso afibia dura enema na omofa na omo tum se ye 20 Ghana afidura esa so wato patrol mu nti omo so de 5-6 nom de atum bibi se me man panin se me sram bebre se ade na omo ntia task omo ya woho na maba kuro mi ntimi mfiri mi kuro mo Ghana ha me ya 100% me ya Ghana ni ba me ntimi mfiri yanko bi ma mi ntia task because mi suro me anti e beche me na so ni jefo egu kuro mu a awoho be egu kuro mu a obi antia task bibi se me man panin me panin for say ti se sidi na ode be siesie o man Ghana omba jiska na nom de kom kuro mu omama be gu amu sese ska sese ya bre omo hye ya so dodo awoho ba kuro mu hye ya so yenya tam omo tete ye omo mo seseska omo ntuma mo jonso omo niema na efa my Ghana so saa enti ahome be ne ye boy betimi atena manim na mo so timi aboy ho ban de tosu mienu amu nya me kase ene se aban bia ba fitiko 4 peso o change meter Ababia no change meter. Ababia no ma change meter. The omo ya na kedu baby ya ti ase say ya ti ase. E de kire say wo se meter no se ya gia. Ya kasa ya esa ya nto ya de. Wo na wa nto na beda sum. Say kofo ba ye. Wo de bi ba ye. Atame asase sa. Say mpese me ka che meter no wo say. Say meter bi omo de brain anu de dodo. E na omo to say wo baby ya de meter ne be bre mo no. What you mean to baby? My cotton meter 20 million. That's some similar me qua. That's a meter ne qua. Be 7 penny for, and then maybe 3 as well. Omo peja mumu no monkasa. A first about one. Omo share yanto. Because some that too much. Omo share yanto aba.
Me da say, ye mame ba ko makola na wote ne kano election headquarters Kokromoti Power Aisha Ibrahim ewo ha Aisha somewhere na yenko.
I heard you speak with the lady. She was really charged and she says that she may not vote. I think she should vote. She should vote because it's her democratic right. Okay, so I have here with me Ohini and Michael. Ohini, what will influence your vote come December?
Personally, what will influence my vote come December is the incessant increase in the prices of rent in the country. There are a lot of accommodation problems in the country, and then so many people find it difficult to get simple accommodation, which is a basic right and the necessity of the ordinary Ghanaian. And then secondly, the prices are so high. The government wanted to do some affordable housing, but then I see that it has not been to the best of effect for the citizenry. And then so many people are finding it difficult to get house to rent, and then also the prices are too exorbitant. So what will influence my vote is that if the rent does not come down, we are not going to vote. That is the simple issue. And then secondly, there are so many people that are going out of the country, in the sense that they are the elite of the citizenry, the educated people, the educated masses, and then they are also going out of the country. That is brain drain. The country is currently facing a lot of brain drain, and then if the government does not do something about it, all the youth which are knowledgeable, all the youth who have the requisite knowledge to help the country grow will leave the country, and then that will be very detrimental to the nation. So I would urge the government and then anyone who will come after to help in building the facilities in terms of employment for the citizenry and then the youth, so that we will stop leaving the country.
That's what will influence your vote in December. So Ohini says he's much worried about the young people who are leaving the country. Michael, what will influence your vote?
For me, I'm not voting. I'm not voting this.
Oh, why? You have to vote because it's your right.
Oh, no, because we've been voting, but we don't see any improvement.
If you don't vote, someone will choose a leader for you, so you definitely have to vote.
Oh, for me, I don't care actually, because if you want the youth or you want us to vote, then there should be an amendment of the Constitution.
Why?
Because the Constitution itself is corrupt. How can a president elect an EC? How can a president elect an IGP? So who checks the president? So the corruption starts from top to down. And secondly, to unnecessary implementation of taxes. There is no job. The youth are into mobile money. You brought e-levy. Fine, we didn't talk about it. So now we are into betting too. You are taxing betting too. So what do you want us to do? Look at this exchange rate. Steadily, exchange rates are too high. We are in the informal sector. Buying and selling is difficult for us. Customers are complaining day in and day out. So these are the things that triggers me not to vote this year, because it's always the same.
So if it happens that you are convinced that you want to vote, what will inform your decision?
Who will vote?
What will inform your decision? What will make you vote for Party A or Party B?
If I see these drastic changes, the party that is in power, that enable these drastic changes, I'll vote for that party.
So you heard from the horse's own mouth. They say that this year's election will be issue-based. They will not allow the politicians to take them for granted. They will look at the politicians, what they present to them. They will question them. They will ask them to account to them before they take the decision to vote for whoever. They have mentioned education, they've mentioned employment, they've mentioned a whole lot of issues that will influence their decision to vote for them. Let me hand over to you, Evans and his team at the AMA office, where we're launching the election headquarters. My name is Aisha Ibrahim, and I've been doing this at the center of the Central Business District.
Forget about what you're.
Brand, yes, why you want Adom brand. You can't bomb the this launch, launch Kesipa, and ye agro in the yeah, or Brassport, it was cycle in crying. You know what Joy Branch or AMA forecourt, it was Accra Central, near boom, Eddie Bremo. Beneath your sable, so Chief Jerry Forson. Yen Yanoma, a free the various political parties, Abba Cancer. So far, the leader and founder of the Liberal Party of Ghana, Abekansa Ewaha, Percival Kofi Akpalu Ewaha. Akpalu Akwabana saying,
oh, you're not doing
Bibi Aboko.
Oh, Bibi, fine. Everyone goes voter region.
Voter
Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Because Bibi I come.
Now so far a form boko there.
A form the whole pa.
Chief Jerry Forson, the chief may introduce other guests. So from the newest sensation in town, Chief.
Yeah, and the Obisen Odikaka and I pay analysis. No, one political party and our grouping and our movement. Can't want them movement for change and how they are going to influence the fortunes of Amayukwa Hudwa Omo Akan. And I pay we've been joined by
the movement,
a member of the movement for change. And I pay Nana also the Nana. To say. Na movement for change, the butterfly movement.
Bibi Aboko, Nyami Adom. I'm the new sensation in town. Movement for change, Amonyoku. A political movement and a political group. Yera Alan John Kujutramantin and a DNM. Na Yedi Yabasa Yebeye and Sachrae. I say. Mujumedi Shasi, more hosti, or more interview, or more kasa. Even some few minutes ago, or Mama Matias said they are tired of the duopoly of the NDC and the NPP. And if that be the case, and the NHS a movement for change, Yabeye, if you say, Yedi, Nyomapa, any as Asabda, Ghana for APT, as Samoa, Yibitimu Ayo, and somebody will have na say near obey no any asem but we do see and some no bit me so there are practical recommendations that is just towards the change that we all seek to have.
All right. Now, that was the opinion on free movement for change. Movement nimu and actually and common. Then we'll be looking into some of the issues and I discusses the nafi programming and afimuinano yawo edema for near T4. Ma yen crossing over obi na yenko ekuya buachiwa yadom why crado ewo circle hanu ya oni oman for the Edin Komona for Yajo Musu Argentina. Enti Akuya say Otemenka, then Ekoso.
Afi Pinu any Edionu nine. Kokromoti Power, your election headquarters. Adom TV, Adom FM, Asempa FM, Isha FM. Yani affiliate stations ahoroa aka senia fibia ye yeno na fi so ya hye bossa ye be yeno no. Abusia ba bia ye dure. E wosa ye ne Ghana fo twetwe nkomo na ye bisa bon. Afe no abayi wo beto. Wo to akohin. Die so na wugina to aba afi mu. Eye se we ye minua mi firi hanti meto. Anade na wo hwe so. Abusia ye nkasa nche wohwa na ese ade enchin ye obi e kwadwuma eso wo se nkomo no so eba eja machi Adom TV Adom FM
yenya
afi wo beto aba no
beto aba pa
Dear son, I beg you not to abide.
Medina, Ademian, so Minkoda ma woman, the show must sit in any baby, I almost know. Medina so to Aba. Medina current situation so at Aba.
Okay, current situation so big not to Aba. Dear na abɛhwɛ ahokyere wɔ mu ti mɛsesa da bi mehu ne sɛ wiase nti sei ne mɛpɔ no.
Oh, ahokyere ne deɛ ɛwɔ baabi a but yɛn deɛ ne deɛ different. O sɛ yɛwɔ ɛmo ɛwɔ jollof. Wotɔ jollof wɔ sekra different. Wotɔ jollof wɔ nima agya nkyɛn a ɛno nso different. Ahokyere aba no ɛyɛ global ba yɛn deɛ Ghana deɛ no mpanyinfoɔ no mo buya abroad too much. Omo ndwe yɛn ho omo dwe omo nkwa mo ho na yɛ sɛ yɛ ka sɛ be dom ichi a kuro we be butu yɛn pɛ sɛ be ba nso saa yɛ wɔ sɛ bi sɛ o Ghana de yɛ wasomdwe yɛ wasomdwe mpanifo nyɛ ho yɛ no mo anhwɛ ni ya yɛ ka che obo ne yɛ giso a mo be dwane wɔ kuro we mu serious
mas ɛnu nti na yɛn ad multimedia yɛ si kokromoti power oka chobo ya uchobo ye okokromoti unim sa ese no na wo de be kire nipa ne se da bi wo ne waye minti mesesa ne obeba so anya mesesa enu ni uchobo ina na wo chobo
da bi chobo a me kire enu ne okromoti nkwa ho chobo we ayese ya to abewie party A awi ni party B se onpene onje mu chobo ni be ye djuma
ma ye da se eja ma me komini abema iso mini abema memo official pa
afei komra betre
boko de
nyame Adom
2020 uto aba
beto aba pa
baby a woto ko ye no afi wu ne se hwa na mesa akọ ana mi kokromoti no power mesesa no
asemo ebeden baby a meto ko 2020 ne ebeden se same ko abio be ye hwe aban wo be 10 months so me be so me di mi sakra ne me sakra mu de a hwa na sambe ko Sama sakram de ne de betre be foforo.
Ede so na wo hwe ya 2020 wo de to call baby a wo to call ye no e na chese hu ne se da bi me ade no me hu ade kro papa nti mesesa.
De tie ne se 2020 de na hwe aban we ba in the first step na onbom hu modern ye pa hwe free CHS ne me kan se na ko ne ada policy so mo de ba na ebo IT ma enya rehye mu se eniom second term ni mapa no ma sha ase ne emom kwan no me do mo nto aso beta free second term bae se na de ani yehu no ana de ani ye face se omo ba be toa first term de no from ba ye ntesa second term de o ma ye de ma basa poto ya hwe anim se career shuffling kran ko be ne de da bet ene se wa twen ana no ya no so I shuffling hwemre ya ke ya subscribe pa no metimi de aba enti ano na ama afi na hwe ya na ya sese fi bia bia na ejina 2020 no
medase mini abema medase pa ma me nko mini abema isoso mini abema me ma wache e ma wakwa ba
ojo your friend me Kofi so free central region gomwa adintem
Kofi 2020 to aba ojo no nkran ha na ato
no nkran
afi so obeto baby a to call 2020 e hwa na abeto akwa